Town.
Yo, what's up? It's Ben Scarborough, and I'm chilling here at Third Eye Collective in the secret room with one very special guest, my friend, Seanny Georgie. Welcome to the secret room again, my friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking part 2.
Yes. So the last time Seanny and I sat down here in the secret room, we played a little Tekken 7, I believe.
Yeah.
Some Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. How did that come out that day? Do you remember?
I mean, that was like a long time
We don't have to
ago.
get into all the details, but you know, it happened.
Yeah.
You can click the link in the top right-hand corner right here if you want to see how that all played out. But that's not the reason that you are sitting with me here today, is it?
Oh, definitely not.
Talk about that wonderful, wonderful day in Tekken 7, maybe a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten way better since then. And talking about Tekken 7, I mean, shit, like whenever I was in Japan, like I actually beat people
Really?
at Tekken there.
In the arcades?
Yeah. And
In Japan?
people there are good. Like really fucking good.
They would have to be. It's like, you know, it's Bandai Namco.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, but yeah, literally, yeah, that gave me some extra training. So, you know, we're going to be going back at that, you know, sometime soon. So
if you're just tuning in and you have no idea who this lovely young man sitting in front of me is, Seanny's No Eyes project has taken him all across the world, wouldn't you say, at this point?
And definitely, yes. Now, yeah, I've gotten to go out to like, you know, Taipei and also playing in like Tokyo, and like both of those cities are just very amazing places. And I'm about to get to go out to like a lot more different places.
That's amazing.
You know, this like year. So it's about to be like crazy.
Tell us about this No Eyes project. What is it?
So like my project, like literally it's just like music that like I make in my bedroom, and then all suddenly I kind of am able to like adapt it and make it more into something different by like taking different styles of music like footwork and jungle and also like noise and like punk and stuff like that, and kind of gearing it into something brand new, you know, and just like that just really speaks and just talks and just says like, shit, that's fucking Seanny. But, you know, no eyes. Yeah.
That sounds like an extremely interesting way to describe some music. Any music.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what it is. I mean, that's, you know, who I am. So, yeah.
So, how long have you been working with the No Eyes project?
I've been doing like the No Eyes project for about like 6 years now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Actually, the first time that I met Seanny was like back in 2013 here at Third Eye, and I think we set up a video shoot where you were like incorporating some 8-bit.
Yeah.
You were Nano Loop. It was the Nano Loop running on the Game Boy, right?
Yeah, actually, I have one right here.
And
talking about that.
What is Nano Loop? And so he had this routed the sound from his Game Boy into a mixer, right? Yeah, that's a sound that you don't hear every day anymore, unfortunately. What is Nano Loop? It's an 8-bit computer program that runs on the Game Boy, right?
Exactly. So like think about it like how like a DAW works. It's literally kind of like, you know, like how you have like Ableton and FL Studio and stuff like that. It literally works the same exact way that one of those would like work. And why I fucking love this one is just like on the fly, you could just kind of make stuff, and then you can really just go into it really quickly and edit it and just turn it into anything you want to. So I use it more of like as like an instrument than just like another DAW or something. Just
so you
just
can
like
quickly sequence stuff together
exactly
there and then bring it out.
Yeah, exactly. And then sometimes you don't even have to like have something pre-written. You could just write it like on the fly because of, you know. So just like, for example, yeah, I'm already just like, and that's just like something really simple. But then
and you're making music right there in Nano Loop on the Game Boy.
Exactly. Yeah. But you know we can. Yeah, and that's just like already just going in. Just.
And do you still work this into your live shows?
Oh, all the time, yeah. And then, you know, it's gonna sound shitty coming through this speaker, but once you hook it up
I think people can get the idea.
Yeah, you know, but once you hook it up to some like real speakers, you can hear like thick bass and everything. It actually shakes like in the clubs, you know.
So you prefer to bring that sound chip with you when you perform because maybe faking those sounds on a computer just wouldn't sound as good, right?
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's going to be very digital and just not the same exact thing, because this sound chip that's like actually in the old school, you know, big Game Boy, like DMG,
Uh-huh.
dot matrix. That's all that really like dot matrix Game Boy. That's all DMG really stands for. But like literally, like these Game Boys, they just have like the better sound chips and work better with this program.
Okay.
And it's just the way that you can play it live and stuff, and how portable it is, and like Game Boys are just really robust. You just throw this in your bag and go. You throw like a computer in your bag and go like that, especially if it's like a Mac.
It's gonna get crushed.
Yeah, that's gonna get destroyed.
Game Boys
yeah.
withstand bomb blasts.
Yeah, because even having this, I have like a program to make music on here too by Korg, and
Also,
literally,
Korg writes music software for the Switch these
Yeah.
days, huh?
yeah. So I mean, actually, it's already open, so that's perfect. But
We'll see if you're watching the YouTube. See, I don't know if you guys can see, but Seanny's got a Nintendo Switch here,
yeah,
and he's got some software up and running. And I guess it's like, is it a drum machine?
yeah. So
Or
it's
a
kind of
sequencer?
like a drum machine sequencer, everything. Yeah. So, but this is just like. This is just some like noisier punk stuff that I make and stuff too. Yeah, and it sounds amazing when you play it live, like and everything too.
So speaking of live, you were recently over the holidays out of the country and in Los Angeles playing shows, right? And maybe New
Yeah.
York too.
Oh yeah, I was like all over the place.
You're a touring musician.
Yeah, that's what I do, for like a living and everything. So, but like literally, it was. I mean, getting to go to all those different places is like always amazing and everything. But especially getting to go out, of the country and like, cause I was like one of like my first times really getting to go like out of the country like that, especially that far away, and see just like a whole entire culture shock of like events and everything.
Just Asian
people.
culture.
Yeah, it's very different compared to obviously just America. So
You were saying like it was less racist out there. You could tell
yeah.
automatically or something.
Yeah,
right?
it was kind of crazy because like literally I thought like, oh no, like all these people are gonna start just like looking at me weird and everything because I I don't really dress like everyone else and shit too.
Uh-huh.
But on top of that, it's just more so like literally I just growing up in like America, like things can always, especially like in the South, like things can be very different for you.
Oh, for sure.
So
unfortunately.
yeah, but then literally like once like I got there, I mean I was just like holy shit, like I couldn't believe it. Like everyone was just like doing their thing, just being chill.
Mm-hmm.
And then even the crowded ass subways, like instead of people being like, "Oh my God, there goes some like black dude, like run away and shit," like they actually were, just sit next to you and just like everyone's just chill, and just like do like their like life and just live. And I was like, all right, well that's mad chill, hell yeah. Then going out to like the arcades and like meeting all sorts of different people because like I met like like at this like motorcycle club.
Just out in the city.
Yeah, just like walking around and stuff. But then I have like a friend named like Andy that was like showing me around and stuff in like Japan. Like, oh man, yeah, Andy's like awesome. But like literally he knows these like people like in like motorcycle clubs, which technically those are called motorcycle gangs, I guess too. Or whatever, but I guess like the real term is because like my brother like fixes motorcycles and shit for a living, so he told me like, yeah,
The real ones are out there in Tokyo and stuff, right?
That's like those people live in like Kawasaki, and the Kawasaki's like
That's
an hour
isn't
away
that a
from,
bike
like, Tokyo.
brand?
Exactly, but that bike brand, just like a lot of other Japanese brands and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
they'll name themselves sometimes like after like an actual city or place, like
Okay.
like Sapporo Beer, that's like an actual place, yeah, too. So, yeah, but
I could just listen to Seanny talk about Japan all day for hours, and most of the time I do. Since he's gotten back, he's just given me like the full lowdown on and he's actually trying to get me out there to Korea, right? Like,
oh yeah, we gotta go.
Games, man. I just want to see what the games are like over there. I want to
Yeah,
see what the arcade scene is like
exactly.
there because I
The
hear it's like vibrant.
Yeah, so I gotta go to this one arcade that sadly doesn't exist anymore, but it looked like Kulon City, that one city that was just so big and just like built just straight from like all the civilians and everything, and it was kind of like a very underground city, and no one really, it wasn't like sanctioned by the government properly and stuff.
What's
like
it called?
that. It's like Kulong City. Yeah.
It's on Google Maps?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, because like it's insane. Like literally, well, that place doesn't exist anymore, but when it did, it was like just like a whole entire crazy thing. There's like YouTube documentaries on it and everything, but they made an arcade in Japan that looks exactly like that place kind of, and it was like a 10-story arcade. It was insane. Like,
Really?
Yeah, like I have like
10-story arcade.
yeah, it was insane. Like I couldn't believe it. Like I've never nothing like that exists in America, obviously, but yeah, getting to see that in like real life, like I was like,
You played a festival out there, like a music festival. What music festival was it?
So I played this music festival called oh my god, yeah. See, this is what happens sometimes. Like
It was in another language, right? The name of it.
Oh no, it was actually in English. Oh, it's called Sine, Cosine. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But then literally me and like one other band were the only two American artists like on the bill, which is like really dope. So we got to play with like all these different local artists.
Oh, cool.
From like all around the world, and they're all like different like math rock bands and stuff like that. Was like the main theme of the festival. But even though they're math rock, they're playing like all sorts of different genres, and it was really really crazy and sick. But then this popular band called Light, and another popular band called oh my god, why am I forgetting names?
Pearl Jam.
No, I mean Pearl Jam is like great and all, like, but like yeah, compared to like what these kids are doing, like yeah, they would make Pearl Jam like seem like a joke. I mean, no offense, Pearl Jam. I mean we like love you, but you're not on that level just as like yet. Yeah. But
Get your weight up, Pearl Jam.
yeah, one of these days, yeah.
Well, so tell everybody about Never Normal.
But then yeah, Never Normal is like the label that I'm on, and literally shit, like pretty much Suzi Analogue, she like runs it, and
Shout out to Suzi Analogue.
Exactly, yeah, Suzi's killing it, yeah, like always. And actually, yeah, we played in Taipei together.
What?
Yeah. And that was amazing. That was like crazy. Yeah. Like my homie, like Alan Hong, like, made it all happen. And then we just like crushed it. And like that place was like,
What kind of,
went up.
who all is on Never Normal?
So it's like two different things, because there's like the Never Normal Collective, and then there's like the actual record label. And on the label, we have like Jay Words, we have Rafia, we have Nappy, I mean, like Ted Gamal. I mean, there's a big group of us, like DJ Earl.
So it's like a bunch of artists.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I mean, and it's just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And on top of that, I mean, yeah, we're all, playing shows like all over the map. So it's just kinds of like just the networking and everything. And yeah, and everything's like very like DIY. We're not really trying to be some huge corporate conglomerate type.
I really like the art styles of,
of
Never Normal, like the from the presentation and the DIY aesthetic. I really like,
because we just really want to be like real like that, because it's just like I feel like a lot of things get very superficial very quickly, and that's very very bad. So
well, when it comes to maybe working in music,
exactly, yeah.
You know how many people want to be a musician. Or something. I've always felt like somewhere in the rise of the internet, we're in this age of mediocrity where anybody with a computer can make music.
Yep.
And the average person may not know if that music is good or bad or not. So they're just down with what you're making, even if it's complete garbage.
Yeah,
and
that's
Is that what you mean when you say that people can kind of just like bandwagon a project that's not very good or something?
Yeah, like, I mean, because, like, pretty much kind of like that, but it's more so, like, you have, big conglomerate labels that already, they just kind of already, like, know, like, the type of sound that they just want to easily, like, try to replicate or make. And then they'll, just, like, already have all the songs pre-written and everything. They'll have, like, some artists come in.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's, like, all templated out.
Yeah, it's not even, I mean, that's almost not even like real anymore.
Man, come on, music industry.
But, the music industry honestly is getting better because so many people are going independent.
Yeah, true.
So,
man, Seanny and I will stay up until 7 a.m. playing Bubble Bobble 4 on Dreamcast.
Exactly. That was amazing. But, oh, yeah. So, like, the other band, so, like, pretty much all these different bands in, like, Japan, like, I mean, because, like, we had Light in this band called Tricot, and Tricot's like very famous. Like, so literally like members from like all these different bands decided to make this like little super band and play with us, and because of that, like that festival got like crazy. It got so much fun.
When people were turning up?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, like it was awesome.
I think I
And-
saw some snaps or some stories.
Yeah. And because like the way that, yeah, because like the type of set that I got to play there was like more, it was like super crazy. Like, yeah. And then just the crowd, the energy, like everything was like amazing. Like I can't wait to go back.
How do you travel
Yeah,
with
so-
all this equipment?
So pretty much, I mean, with like me, like what I usually do, I kind of had to like figure out a way to kind of consolidate and make the equipment a lot smaller,
Yeah.
and then kind of separate it in like a suitcase and like a book bag. So that way I'm not traveling with like a million different things. And then honestly, sometimes like, especially going to like different places, like especially like a place like Tokyo or something, I already know people there. So if I ever have to borrow something, I kind of can borrow
I
a
see.
couple of things.
Like a
Yeah.
mixer or something?
Yeah, and then honestly, like in Tokyo, they're better than a lot of American venues.
Uh-huh.
They already have like all the equipment and stuff you like need to back
Oh,
up.
so you just jack in.
Yeah, and it's pretty fucking nice. Like I'm like, whoa, okay, yeah.
Well, so what about your home studio? What's that like?
So okay, that's a good question. I mean, pretty much like at home, like I kind of like have like a mixer going out to the computer, and then back out to like an interface and everything. And
Okay,
then,
so you're looping stuff, right?
yeah, and then after that, I have like my own like receiver and system and everything, so I can kind of really hear everything like
Loudly.
super loud and clean and clear, and then everything's kind of flat on purpose, so
Okay.
that way I'm getting like real levels of like how everything sounds, and not like something that's like extra bright or something through one pair of speakers, then you go listen to it somewhere else, like, oh, that does not sound right at all. So
Well, so
yeah.
what's it like when you get to a venue and their sound system is EQ'd in a way that maybe you weren't expecting? Does that ever happen?
Honestly, I don't have to really.
That's not a concern?
Yeah, because the way that I mix and master my stuff now, I know what it's gonna kind of sound like on
Okay.
most things. Yeah.
It's not going to peak.
Yeah.
It's not going to blow anybody's
Yeah,
system. or
and
whatever.
plus, like since like whenever I play live, I have like my own mixer and everything like that. I can control all those levels
Gotcha.
and whatnot. So yeah, it makes it much like easier to deal with and be like safe. Yeah, so
So you got a mix of like analog and digital components
exactly
in the studio.
Yeah, and it's so much fun because I could just literally record anything whenever I want to, play it, and then whenever I go to like actually play all that stuff, live, I can just kind of bring it and then play it live versus like, having just like stuff recorded and pre-made and then just only DJing it or something. I could actually play it all because yeah, I make it. So, yeah.
Well, so I can very specifically remember like a couple months maybe when I was 12 or 13 where I'm getting all this video equipment for the first time, and I'm getting it all at once.
Okay, fuck yeah.
So I'm learning how to go from pre to post production quickly because I've got all the software, the equipment. Was there kind of like a moment like that? Like, well, I really, the broader question is why music, and like how did you get into music, and like what's the chain of events that got you into music that maybe you thought?
Oh
you
my
were
god!
like,
Actually, I have like a funny story. So there's this artist called The Brat, and literally there's like
love the Brat.
so like there's like this music video where this guy's like playing bass guitar or something, and I was like, yo, that looks kind of sick. I want to do that. Then after that,
In a Brat video.
Yeah.
In a Brat video.
but then honestly, like I always kind of wanted to play music before that and stuff, just because of video games in general. Like if you played like Streets of Rage before, that game was like influential like so heavily. I didn't realize until like even later in my life, like re-listening to the soundtrack again, I was like, oh, like that just sounds like De La Soul, like, but on a fucking Sega Genesis right now.
True.
This shit's lit. All right, I can like fuck with this, and like they threw club music in there and everything.
That
before I
Yamaha
knew
sound
that.
chip going in.
Yeah, and then after that, like playing like on PlayStation with like Ridge Racer and like all those like Wipeout and all those games like that. Those are the games that really
It's like IDM or something. Right?
exactly like all that stuff was like jungle and like drum and bass and stuff like that. But then like because of that, I ended up figuring out about Square Pusher and Apex Twin.
Okay, the greats.
Yeah,
The
then
goats.
that's like what really pushed me to do like what I'm doing now. But I always wanted to do that, but for me to even get there, like I was playing in like punk bands and stuff like that beforehand before I even did what I'm doing now. So
Okay.
and that was like very different, but it was still so much fun. And
The
I
thrill
was
of
like,
being on stage in front of a crowd maybe was there, right?
I mean that part, but it's just like the music was still fun. Like everything else was still good. I mean it was like still there, but it was just like a very different way of like doing like what I do now. I just never thought that, I'd be able to make music by myself, but still collaborate with people, but not have to like, because that's like what's crazy about music, and a lot of people I feel like probably don't really even talk about this. But then you have like solo musicians now that can play like multiple instruments. I mean that because that's what I do too.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can actually get to play everything kind of live by like having mixers and like different things like that. And then while like other people, you have to like rely on a bunch of different people in the band, and then sometimes one person can just be like that one rotten egg in the band and just tear it like all apart.
True.
So,
Like if I'm a club owner, why would I pay a band of people X amount to play for 2 hours when I could play that same person more to play for longer? Just one person, a DJ,
yeah, see that's the scary part too, because like if a person's only like just DJing something, then it kind of like loses like the purpose of the music sometimes, especially for like live music sometimes.
Okay, elaborate on that.
But also it definitely depends on like the people DJing, because there's like DJs like DJ Jazzy Jeff and like having DJ Spin and like etc. Like or DJ Crazy even. I mean those are just like big time DJs I'm like naming, but there's
DJ Shadow.
Oh yeah, I mean people like that are like, even though they're like DJing, they're adding like musical elements to everything and making it extra.
It's a whole
big.
different type of performance.
Yeah, they actually like they're still performing. They're not just like
Pressing play.
They're
mixing.
not like your local broy like EDM person that doesn't really even have anything. You just went on some torrent list and just typed in EDM on like fucking LimeWire or some shit.
Yeah.
Obviously like some like actual torrents, but that'd be amazing if people still use LimeWire. But yeah.
We need to set up a virtual machine of Windows XP and just install LimeWire and just see if we can get on the P2P network.
And then see like
if we can get like a cease and desist letter sent to us from the cable company.
Exactly.
Let's just download some Young Thug on LimeWire today.
Yeah.
That's what we'll be doing after this interview.
Yeah, we're gonna see like how that.
We're gonna get LimeWire up and running.
Yeah.
Actually, I know this cool website called oldversion.com, and you can get like older versions and stuff.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, what are some early AIM screen names for you?
Wow, that's amazing. I'm so glad you asked me this question because oh my god.
Let's get like a top 5.
So like pretty much like I literally like my favorite one that I made was Killer Racist Now, and like literally because I'd go into like always like dumbass chat rooms that were like everyone was like I already knew they're gonna be like, super racist and shitty. So all I do is just have to go in there with that name, and then they all just like try to argue, be like triggered, and like those are like the real fucking snowflakes, by the fucking way. But it's just so funny, like they just cry, and I'm just like some fucking probably like 11, 12, whatever. I was like really fucking young, just like kid, just online, just being like, this shit's so funny. And I remember even going.
It's Killer Racist Now in the building.
Yeah. And then like, yeah, that was pretty much like my favorite one. Then I had like literally just like my fucking, I had like ska 1023 because I listened to some shitty. Well, honestly, like real ska is like fucking dope. But then
let me tell you about some real ska.
Well, like shit, you mean that shit comes from like reggae music and like dub and like.
I love Less Than Jake.
That's where that's the third generation of that. That's way because like you have bands like the Specials and shit, and like
right classics.
Yeah, and like
innovators in the scene.
Yeah, and they actually were like making really dope ass music. So I can't hate on that. So
yeah. So have you played Shenmue 3 yet?
So I haven't really gotten to like actually play it.
Are you hyped for it, or
But I'm so hyped for it.
you think it's gonna be Garbo?
I mean, I think it's gonna be like probably cringy and pretty painful, but at the same exact time, I mean, shit. I mean, it's still gonna be like fun as like
Yeah.
Yeah.
What favorite Sonic game?
Favorite Sonic game? Oh, that's easy. Sonic and Knuckles with Sonic 3.
Okay,
That's
a good
literally
one.
the best.
It's got the soundtrack.
You literally have Michael Jackson that wrote like parts of those soundtracks, and then like with like other composers combined it like all together.
Mm-hmm.
That game is insane. And then on top of that, it's like you get to play 2 games in one.
Uh-huh.
And then the game, because of all the different characters you have, like that's like a Sonic game that actually lasts like a long time, but it's actually fun to play. It's not like where everyone from DeviantArt got like mad at like the creators at Sonic, and then started to make the franchise just slowly just dissipate and become what it is now.
Right, Rule 36. What about? Are you good at Tetris?
I mean, I'm okay. I know how to kind of play.
This
Tetris.
dude is humble, bro. He's mad humble.
Yeah. But yeah,
This dude's a sniper.
I
Tetris Effect.
Oh yeah, I mean like Tetris Effect. Like now that game is like pretty fucking dope. I didn't.
It's like my favorite game of 2019.
I was not expecting that game to be what it was.
Why is it so good? Why is the music so cool?
I mean, shit, because literally, it's fucking Tetris, I guess. Like, because even that old ass Tetris game with the Russian music,
I've never played Rez. I want to play Rez.
Oh, now that's a game you have to play. Like,
I want to play it on PS2, so
with
VR.
VR. Yeah, you got to play that with like VR and on PlayStation 4.
Oh damn!
It's so sick.
So it's not worth playing on PS2. You think?
Oh no, it's still worth it. But once you get to play with VR, you're gonna be like, okay, I get this.
Wow, virtual reality.
Yeah, like. You wouldn't like, yeah, it's funny because like I always thought like VR, like a lot of VR games are going to be kind of cheesy still because it's still on this like first stage is, you know. But honestly, they've been doing so good because even Tetris Effect is good with
Oh,
VR.
yeah, good point.
Yeah, so I mean,
well,
yeah.
I'll have to get a Valve Index and wirelessly play.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I'll do.
But they're, so I think I can't remember what company, but some company came out with some like new headset that looks like just like regular glasses almost. Mm-hmm. It looks like a lot nicer, like on your head.
I'm waiting. I mean, I know people, tech companies have invested so highly in VR that it's not going anywhere. I mean, when you got somebody like John Carmack working at Oculus as the CTO, then
it's going to be fun.
You got some of the smartest people in the industry working in that field.
Yeah, because they know where everything's going. So.
Well, we're about to get out of here, guys. I hope you enjoyed this sit down with Seanny and I.
Yeah.
We're about to go mod his Wii, soft mod it.
Yeah, we're gonna make this shit, so I can play every game.
Yeah, it's
download all
the games,
and then after that, instead of Netflix and chill, we'll just open up the Wii library.
Yeah, there's so many good Wii games. Like WarioWare is awesome.
Yeah.
There's like there's a lot of virtual console games like that. There's like a Konami Castlevania Rebirth game that's pretty cool. That's what we're about to do. We're basically about to go nerd the F out. If you made it all the way here to the end of the episode, we thank you for listening in. As always, make sure to follow Seanny on Instagram everywhere. Why don't you go tell everybody where you're at?
Follow me at No Eyes Management, and also
Never Normal.
Yeah, you got to follow the label like at Never Normal. So like pretty easy, and shit. I mean, all I gotta say is like just keep killing it.
Yeah.
Like everyone, and and let's just fucking go.
Yeah, let's go, baby. All right, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
All right, peace.